the parent events. You can prevent propagation by using the event method, stop propagation. That's very important. So usually child event will have an event argument, and through that event argument, stop propagation. We have to define that. That E refers to event. That is event propagation. Event propagation. Next important is how to stop default actions for generic elements. That's another problem also. How to stop default actions for generic elements. In HTML, you have generic elements with some default functionality. We need to stop that also. That's very common and very important in React. So what are generic elements in HTML? In HTML, generic elements are the elements which have some predefined functionality. They already have some functionality. What is generic element like form? Form is a generic element. What functionality default it have? Form have submit, reset, and validate. Default it have submit, reset, and validate. For example, see what is problem is specially. Okay, let's put this example here. This is example for propagation. Huh? Yeah. What is the concept here is, suppose we are having a form. So we are having a form and username, and we have input type text, name is username, and we have a button. So submit. Okay. So what will happen now is, for form we are writing on submit. On submit, I will write a function submit. Okay. We will write a script function called submit. You know, form have submit event. I keep an alert like form submitted to server. That means what I done is I want the form to do this work on submit. That means it should submit my data to server. That is the work I given for form. So see what it is doing. I will enter some data here and click on submit. It is doing the work I given to it. Done, finished. That's very good. After that, it will do some default action. What is the default action? It submits my data into URL. That's not good. I don't want its default action to work. I want only my action to perform. That means if any element is doing some default action, then we have to disable it. We want only our action to perform. Then what to do? We have to pass an event argument. We have to collect the event argument. There is a method called e.prevent default. Prevent default is the method. Stop propagation, prevent default. These are two important methods. That means now what will happen? I entered something and click on submit. It will do only my work. After that, it has some default work, but it is disabled. It will not do anything. Previously, what it is doing my work. It has some default work. It is doing that. No, I don't want any default action to perform. Then what we have to do? Prevent default. So how to stop default action? So how do we do that? By using the event method prevent default. By using the event method called prevent default, mostly in a function like submit. Prevent default is a method. Usually it is used by form. Event is a keyword. Actual parameter must be event. Formal parameter is E, reference name, anything you can give. When we learn React events, we will learn in React related to events how they will ask questions in interview. We will discuss that part also. These are JavaScript questions, right, related to event, right? Another important what you learned about event, I think you people learned about what is event looping. No? You learned what is event looping. That's also very important in JavaScript interviews. What is event looping? JavaScript have an order of executing the functions. Event loop is a mechanism of executing the functions in a sequential order. What is the sequential order? First general actions, after that micro actions, after that macro actions. That is the order. That means micro tasks, macro tasks, and normal tasks. That is the order. Order is normal task. That means it is the mechanism of executing tasks in a priority order. Executing the tasks in a priority order. So first priority is general task. Second priority, micro task. Third priority, macro task. Right? So what is general task? General task is defined as normal function. It is defined as normal function. What is micro task? Micro task is defined as a promise. What is macro task? Macro task is defined as set timeout. Is defined as set timeout. Normal function, promise, and set timeout. These are macro tasks. You write in any order, but it executes in order. There is a priority of executing the tasks. So that is also important. So you should know in which order your events are going to execute the functions. Actually, general call stack is there. Call stack means first global function will execute, after that local function will execute. That's the order it will follow. But these are priority wise. For example, see, so suppose we are having, uh, yeah, I will give this one. This example I will copy here. Okay, right. So now you see here, suppose we are having a button run tasks. Okay, and we have a function on click is some run. Okay, we will write a script in that we have a function run. And you can see that here I am writing some console log. This is normal task. Okay, above that I am writing set timeout. It uses a function, and this function will execute in 0 seconds, means no time delay. Immediately it will run. Console log, what is it? This is macro task. And see, I'm writing a where some demo is equal to promise, and actually promise uses a callback function. So this function will have resolve and reject. So resolve will have a message. So suppose I will put resolve some message. This is micro task, huh? Micro task. And how do we run this? Demo dot what? Then it will get a response. It will get the message, and that message we will print. Console dot log. What is it? Message. Now actually here we are having three tasks. Actually we are having three tasks. This is task one. I'll just put a comment, task one. And this is task two. This is task two. And this is task three. Means I written in different order, but according to JavaScript, generally, if you write three functions, it will execute in same order. Function one, function two, function three, but not now, because now it uses a event loop mechanism where the first priority is given for normal, second priority is given for micro, third priority is given for macro. You write in any order, it will execute in that order. That is actually the action it will do. That means now what happens when I click on run tasks here, it is going to execute them in that same order, normal, micro, macro. You write in any order, it will not run in that order. It will execute in that order. It's priority order. This is called event looping in JavaScript, right? This is one example of event loop. This is just example for event loop. Now I hope you are clear with all the event basic topics. Na? That means you are now aware of what is event in JavaScript. Now we will see how this works in React. In React, how events are written, how they are handled. That we'll see in tomorrow's session. Right? To start working on React events, first you should know events. That's the reason I just given an overview of JavaScript events. Tomorrow we will see. In tomorrow's session, we will start working with React events. How the React events work, what is difference. Okay, tomorrow we'll continue.
କୋଉଠି ଯିବା? ଏ ନହେଲେ ଯିବା ବେଣୁଜୀ ଅଳ୍ପ ଖାଇବେ ମେଞ୍ଚେ ମେଞ୍ଚେ ଖାଇବା।